Welcome to the Movie Book Club. You're here with me, David Sheehan, and I'm here with Mr. James McAuliffe. How are you today, James?
Really good, my friend.
Yeah. Today we're talking about the Lego Batman movie, which is, if this was a meal in a restaurant, I would say that this is like a very brothy, noodly soup. And the broth is references and the noodles are comedy. So you're either your mouth is either wrapped around some comedy or some references or both.
Yeah.
This is a dense film.
It is unbelievably dense, or like, a buffet crossed with a smorgasbord.
Yes.
Crossed with every move. It's the densest, most referenced, most pop culture film in a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, you can barely get over the first. Maybe let's do an hour in the first minute.
Yeah.
Seriously, Dave. Yeah. This was listeners' home. This was Dave's idea for me to watch this film, and I really enjoyed it. It was genuinely enjoyable. Look, we'll get into it. Maybe it sags a bit in the middle and things like that. But overall, this is a great Batman.
There's not a lot of films you can say are a lot of fun.
Yeah.
This film is a lot of fun, start to finish. Really, really enjoyed it. We're gonna go through as we've done with previous ones, sort of bit by bit. I remember you were telling me that immediately, as soon as this film started, you were laughing.
I was just laughing straight away. I mean, like, immediately, immediately Batman, Will Arnett, basically, who's absolutely fabulous, starts commenting on his own film. I mean, literally from the screen that's black. He literally says all great movies open with a black screen. But it's just... it's his personality that comes through already. It's not even what he's commenting on. It's the fact that his ego feels the need to comment on his movie before his movie starts.
Yeah, it's a lot like a director's commentary, but in the cinema.
That's a really good point, Dave. I was thinking that after. The minute it started, I thought, has someone pressed the wrong button? Am I watching director's commentary of it? Is there a brilliant director's commentary where Batman comments his own movie, which would be the best?
I would love that.
Yes.
I would love that. And for the entire commentary, he would refer to himself in the third person.
Oh, certainly.
I like what Batman did here.
Yeah, he really does.
It's like the first thing that happens is that he says black.
Yeah.
It always has to start with black.
All great movies start with black.
Yeah.
And sinister music. Was it sinister music he said? Basically, he said music that basically freaks out studio execs.
Oh, yeah, and parents.
Yeah.
And then the DC logo shows up and he goes, DC, the house that Batman built.
Absolutely, a total reference to his basically fighting with Superman over everything.
Yeah.
And we know it's the house that Superman built because he's the original, but no, Batman, of course, takes it over.
Yeah, so
even Rand Paul, oh God, yeah, that logo, he looks really macho, just because it's made of metal.
Yeah, the Rat Pack, I don't know what they do.
Sorry, Rat Pack, I said Rand Paul.
Oh.
Yeah, take notice.
I think he ran for American president at one point.
Straight up, he really did. Yeah, absolutely, he did well too.
So the first thing the film starts with is a song reference, and I was feeling a little bad for the filmmakers here because it's take a look at yourself. Oh man, it's the Man in the Mirror lyrics.
Of course,
from
take a look at
Michael
yourself and make that change.
If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make the change. And it's credited to Michael Jackson.
No, I said it.
Batman. And then then Batman credits it to himself.
But that's the ropey thing throughout the whole movie. The Michael Jackson references.
Yeah, I was feeling really bad because I was looking up, and at the point the film was made, Michael Jackson had been dead for about 8 years.
Yeah.
And they were obviously like, well, he's been dead for 8 years. All those controversies have obviously blown over. It's going to be fine. There's going to be no problematic references to Michael Jackson that are going to make this seem really bad later. And little did they know, But it just kind of starts with Batman talking about himself and giving himself lots of compliments. He spends most of the film giving himself compliments.
He really does. Yeah. He absolutely loves himself. But the point is, like, when you are Batman, I mean, everything about you is perfect.
Yeah.
You know every type of fighting style. You have a photographic memory. You can design cybernetic advanced warfare weapons just in the evening time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can speak Krypton just because you decide to learn it. Yeah.
And he references as well that he has a 9-pack chest.
Yeah,
so that he has an extra
ab. Of course he does. Of course, Batman always has an extra everything. There's no equivalent to Batman. Actually, Batman has so many strings to his bow. He's godlike almost, really. I mean, I know he's still human, but he is godlike.
Yeah, so the plot starts with, we see an airplane flying through the sky and they call into the control tower and they say, hi, this is MacGuffin Airlines, which immediately made me laugh again.
Same here, absolutely.
Would you like to explain the MacGuffin?
Yeah, well, a MacGuffin is a plot device that kind of has nothing to do with the narrative, but it does move the movie forward.
Yeah.
So we'll say the ray, Dave. I'm after forgetting the bloody name.
Oh, the Phantom Zone projector.
Thank you, my friend. So like the Phantom Zone projector would be a MacGuffin
In this film, yeah, and in the Lord of the Rings, it would be like the ring.
Certainly. Exactly,
Yeah,
Dave.
and any item that like everybody covets that like sort
everybody
of moves
because
the plot.
it moves the narrative forward, but in a way it really doesn't define the film.
Yeah.
Because this film, yes, is about action, about all that, but it really is a drama, and it's
Yeah.
a love story at the heart of it, and we'll get to that.
Yeah, and if the tone wasn't already set by Batman basically making fun of the starting credits of his film,
Yeah.
the airplane then goes, hi, this is MacGuffin Airlines. We're traveling our cargo of dynamite, C4,
Yes.
traditional oldie style bombs.
Yeah, bombs everywhere. I mean, it's so full of can we fly over the most crime-ridden city?
Most crime-ridden city, and then the guys in the control tower turn to each other and go, I'm
Yeah.
looking at everybody's faces here.
Yeah.
We're going to say, that sounds great.
And why they say is because you're best friends. in the Lego universe, it doesn't really matter what you do once you're best friends.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? Are you going to ending the world? Yeah, but we're best friends. Oh, that's so fantastic. Go ahead.
We should mention in the grand narrative as well that this is technically a spin-off from the Lego movie. I'm
Yeah.
not sure if you saw that one.
I did, yeah.
That was the first film where the character of Lego Batman was sort of formed.
Absolutely.
And like
Totally.
he absolutely deserved his own spin-off film.
He stole the movie in a way. You know, he really had an unbelievably good performance, and Will Arnett does a great job. He voice works this so well. It's fantastic. You know, that was. We'll say, Dave, when we have the plane coming. Exactly. So we see the plane coming, which is a reference kind of to Dark Knight Rises.
Yes.
Bane taking over the plane.
Yeah.
But which is so cool. And we cut to the plane that's obviously flying over Gotham, and their whole idea is to take out the power plant and put Gotham in darkness and have no power. But the guy who leaves, I love the guy leaving the planet. He goes, I really like that guy. He's a nice guy. Hope nothing ever happens to him. Classic Lego in classic Legoland.
Yeah.
The guy singing himself, nothing ever happens to me. And actually, strangely, Dave, he meets a Riddler's question mark in the middle of it. And if you notice me be having literally way too much time in my hand, like I paused it a few times, and there's a riddle on it that is never solved throughout the whole movie.
Oh, what's the riddle?
Oh God, isn't that terrible, listeners?
Oh, sorry, putting you in your place.
No,
like
not
that.
at all, buddy. No, you're so right, because I should have wrote it down. I was so excited about knowing it. It's something to do with like what you call a children crime or something. But basically, I was thinking about it last night, and the answer is kidnapping.
Right.
Or what you call a crime asleep. I'm really sorry.
Oh, a kid, yeah. A kidnapping.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
Exactly.
So there is a heist, and there's great little like in Lego moment jokes where like they're on the top of a plane, and then they stick to their feet glowy Lego panels, and the glowy Lego panels let them walk down the side of the plane.
Exactly.
Just like the physics of the world abide by the rules of actual Lego.
100%. And that's from another recent movie as well, around that time as well. I just couldn't remember it last night that there was something about the actually it's from Star Trek, the new Star Trek film.
Yes.
They had those magnetic boots to walk actually across the Enterprise. But yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And Conan O'Brien, just as an aside, was the Riddler that we just met, what I was saying.
Yes. The cast of this film is pretty chunky.
It is, and some hilarious casting as well, which is really funny.
Really good. The next character we're introduced to is what I've written down here in my notes as Joker Galifianakis.
Yes, Joker, that's really good.
Because the Joker in this film is played by Zach Galifianakis, and usually I would be. I try to always be like, let live, and like new things are fine, it's great. But I'm always sad when Batman is not Kevin Conroy and the Joker is not Mark Hamill from the original Batman animated series.
Yeah, I hear you.
But like these guys did a great job, because this is a very different thing.
It's a really different thing. And just even for this movie, like as we go on, we'll say Will Arnett as Batman is perfect, because then you get Michael Cera as the Joker, and all of a sudden Arrested Development has been reformed.
Yeah.
Which is not a bad thing in my eyes.
And the Joker reveals himself to the pilot and is immediately upset when the pilot's not afraid of him. The pilot's like, well, look, come on, man, Batman's going to stop you like he always does. And the Joker's like, no, Batman's not going to stop me. Batman never stops me. And then the pilot goes, what about that time with the two boats?
Exactly, the two boats is reference to the Bane one. Then he says,
no, that's the Joker one.
I apologise.
I apologise. With Heath Ledger, the Dark Knight, was it?
It is the Dark Knight Rises.
I think Rises was the Bane one. The Dark Knight was the Joker one.
You're so right, Dave. Absolutely.
And then he says, what about the parade with the Prince music?
Exactly.
And then you're like, oh my God, that's the Tim Burton one from like
totally,
the
Jack
1990s. Yeah.
Straight up, absolutely.
And this is a thing that they lean into definitely, because it's hard for me to put this into words, but in every media you've got like this character of the Joker is played by this person, this character is played by this person, but the Joker in this film is every Joker. He's not like one version of the Joker. He's
No.
like the concept of the Joker
Exactly.
infinitely through history as one character.
Exactly.
So he is Zach Galifianakis, but like he is also Heath Ledger. He is also Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
And they reference this a couple of times because, you know, Bruce Wayne will mention later that he's been the most eligible bachelor 90 years running.
Exactly.
And the Joker will say that like he's had an ongoing relationship with Batman for 78 years. So
Yeah.
it's like from the conception of the character. Like
100%, and that's exactly what they're doing. You're so right, Dave. And the Batman in this is every Batman ever.
Yeah.
That's what we were saying at the start, that he has all of the traits, all of the powers, every single thing that every Batman ever had. So the whole point is, like you just referenced, Dave, if Batman is everything Batman's ever been, if the Joker is everything every Joker's ever been, then what?
yeah.
If you know what I mean. So in this universe, everything they are exists.
Yeah, and it makes sense as well because if you were playing with Batman and Joker toys, you would obviously pick from your imagination the stuff that was most memorable to you and what made the most
It is
sense.
certainly
So it's consistently
it is
on
consistent
brand.
the way a child's mind would work playing with these toys as well. Yeah, it's a really good point.
And then the Joker starts to list to the pilot the rogues gallery he has assembled. And this is actually, I have a printed page here as you can hear it. And I've written these in order of, okay, the first list is the Batman villains that I think everybody has heard of.
Okay.
The second one is the ones that I know because I'm relatively into the Batman lore, but I'd say other people wouldn't have heard of. And then the chunky final third of the list is Batman villains I'd never heard of.
Yeah.
So starting normal ones, we got Bane,
Yeah.
Catwoman, Clayface, Harley Quinn, the Joker, Killer Croc, Mr. Freeze, the Penguin, Poison Ivy, the Riddler, Scarecrow, and Two-Face.
Straight up.
Two-Face in this is actually voiced by Billy D. Williams.
Billy D. Williams, yeah.
Which
You're
is a
absolutely right, Dave.
deep reference because he was Harvey Quinn in the Tim Burton Batman
Yes.
because Two-Face was planned to be the villain in the next film and that fell through.
Straight up.
So he finally got to play Two-Face, 20 years later, longer?
Yes.
And then these are the ones that...
That's a piece of Lego.
Yeah, these are the ones that I would know as a bit of a Batman nerd. I feel like a lot of people wouldn't. The Calculator,
Yeah.
Calendar Man, which
Yes.
is my alias,
Yes.
Captain Boomerang,
Yes.
Egghead,
Egghead, certainly.
Hugo Strange,
Yeah.
the Kabuki Twins,
Yes.
King Tut, Man-Bat,
Yeah.
the Mutant Leader
Yeah.
from Batman of the Future,
Yes.
and the Red Hood.
Yes.
And then we get into the ones that even I had never heard of. And the Joker, like the pilot makes a joke. Are all of those real?
Yeah,
And the
exactly.
Joker goes, yeah, they're real. They're worth a Google.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of them from the original Batman 1960s
Yeah, yeah.
TV show.
So we have the Catman,
Yeah.
Clock King,
Yes.
Eraser, the Gentleman Ghost,
Yes.
the Condiment King, who's
Con-
he's kind of a joke throughout this film.
He's, yeah, certainly.
The Crazy Quilt, Dr. Phosphorus, the Killer Moth, Kite Man,
Yes.
Magpie, the March Harriet, the
Yeah.
Mime, the Orca, Polka Dot Man,
Yeah.
Tarantula, Zebra Man, and the Zodiac Master.
yeah, it's a serious amount.
This
They're
is
really-
like
yeah. They're,
so dense.
yeah, they're not messing.
They're not, yeah.
No, they really are packing everything into it. But then a lot of those characters, exactly like your third section of your list, Dave, are literally just one comic, one episode,
Yeah.
barely existed. Even some of them just turn up as a group in like certain Batman episodes.
And I
you know?
googled every single one of them. They are all real.
Yeah.
All of them. And some of them even have like Batman notes next to them for when he's looking at them. So just for example, one of the ones is Kite Man, Bat Fact, once beat Batman. Batman doesn't like to talk about it.
Yeah.
And for the Bat Fact, Batman has some concerns about brand name confusion.
It's brilliant, yeah. And that is a running theme as well throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
Batman branding.
Batman branding.
Yeah, he really does. What's his weapon called? The
Batarang?
No, it's not the Batarang. No, I know that. The gun he has which fires back gear.
Oh, the merch gun.
The merch gun, yes.
Yes,
That's it. Yeah,
that is one of my
certainly.
guns. So then Batman obviously comes in and he starts fighting his rogues gallery.
Yeah.
And he sings a song, I Am the Man, it's I Am the Batman,
Yeah.
which will play at 12 o'clock after the news.
Totally.
And
And the thing is too, in the Lego universe, Batman is a master builder.
Yes.
Which means in the Lego universe that you can create everything out of anything.
yeah, that is one of there are a couple of references to the original Lego movie here, and that is
There
one
really
of them,
is.
that he is a master builder.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is where this is sort of the running thread, like the heart of our film, is when Joker says to Batman, "Oh, I've set a bomb that's going to destroy the city.
Exactly.
You can defuse the bomb, or you can catch me, your greatest enemy."
Yes.
And Batman's like, well, "What?
What are you on about?"
What are you on about?"
Yeah,
He goes, "You
yeah.
can defuse the bomb, or you can catch me, your greatest enemy." Like, no,
Yeah.
what was that last part?
Exactly.
And the defining part of Batman's character
That's
is
that's setting up the film right there.
Yeah,
the whole
yeah.
relationship film.
Actually, sorry, I've skipped over a couple of things
It's okay,
here.
dude.
One thing that the Joker said, the bomb he said is specifically called the overly complicated bomb.
Yes. You're
And they
so right.
constantly reference it as being an overly complicated bomb.
Yeah.
And they say as well that when the bomb goes off, the plates of the world will split and you would fall into the abyss.
Yes, which is a massive reference.
Massive reference to the Lego movie, because all Lego takes place on a table and the abyss is the floor.
Exactly.
And if you fall onto the floor, you're going to roll under a couch or something.
That's
and you'll
exactly.
never be found
They're
again.
under the fridge, and he ended up under the fridge. Actually, is that Lego Movie 2? Actually,
that is Lego Movie 2.
It
Yeah,
is,
yeah. And another thing I like is that while he's fighting with the bad guys, all of the bad guys who have guns while shooting go pew 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 pew.
Pew is brilliant. And then later on in the movie, the biggest machine gun is manned by Alfred.
Yes.
And his is a boom 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 boom. It's not pew pew pew. Yeah. Really class.
And as well as that, you'll hear it in the song when I play it at 12, which is one of the lines of the song is "I am 100% not Bruce Wayne," which is just
absolutely. And they do that throughout the whole movie. Even at the moment when they know it is Batman and Bruce Wayne, it's like, oh, Bruce Wayne is Batman's. Yeah, exactly.
It's like, that great hanging apostrophe.
Live-in friend, or exactly, a roommate. Yeah.
So the line that kind of defines the film then afterwards, when Joker does say the greatest enemy thing, is Batman says to him, "You're not my greatest enemy. You're not my greatest anything. I don't have relationships with anyone. I don't need you or anyone."
Exactly. And that's our classic Batman from everything throughout all the years, who is alone all the time. The whole idea of the running theme in this basically is family. Again, classic Lego thing. Family is everything, friends are everything.
Yeah.
As the whole idea that Batman can't, the only thing he really fears and what we get to know is loss.
Yes.
It's more loss of friends and family, because he has lost his parents, he's lost everything. It's just basically him and his own against the world with poor old Alfred. That poor guy, that dude needs such a holiday on his own. He just does everything. Even when he comes home, Batman, after defeating everyone, where's Alfred? He's up tiling the roof and freezing cold, while Batman's having lobster bisque that's been left over what am I saying? Alfred makes a magnificent meal.
We'll talk about Batman's victory lap after defeating the overly complicated bomb after this. Welcome back to the Movie Book Club. Batman has just diffused the overly complicated bomb, James.
Straight up.
And he sort of does a victory lap while everybody's just telling him, "Batman, I love you so much. You're the greatest Batman." One that made me laugh was a guy goes, "Batman, I love you more than my own kids."
It's all right.
And when Batman's driving away, he goes, "Me too, guy. Me too."
Yeah. Straight up. And Batman goes home.
Oh, actually, sorry, not immediately. He doesn't go home. He goes to the orphanage.
Oh yeah, you're so right. Exactly.
Which
actually,
sets
that
up,
does.
yes.
Yeah, which sets it up. Which is strange. Actually, it is probably the only moment until the end of the movie where Batman isn't selfish.
Yes.
It's the first selfless act, kind of. I mean, he kind of shoots them all with a Merc gun, basically, and kits them all out. And then, what's the thing he puts in are they bat tokens or something, Dave? I really wasn't sure. He kind of gives them all out, those little black things, and then when he drives around, they swirl all around them.
I think he said they were bat dollars. I'm not
dollars,
sure.
bat tokens, so he goes to the it sets up basically Robin arriving in our film, which is Michael Cera.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whose voice I did not recognize, and I've seen Michael Cera in a lot of stuff. Absolutely, Dave, and I really, really enjoy him. I think he's excellent. But so that introduces Cera into us, and the whole idea, the wide-eyedness, and that as going forward, it's not there though. He's actually having a conversation about adopting him. No, it isn't, because he meets later on when he's actually Bruce Wayne. I don't think Sarah actually gets to speak to him then, because Batman's just firing his merch gun.
He's firing his merch gun and dressing up everyone and giving them all free stuff. And he does actually spin around them doing donuts around the children,
around a load of children. I was a little concerned about that, but
certainly.
There's nothing. And then he goes home, but before he gets home, to unlock his home, he has a particular passphrase.
Absolutely. Iron Man sucks. Yeah, it's great. Because again, you'll say in this universe, in the sense of, it's not that they're enemies, but they're ego clashing enemies.
Yeah.
So in the sense that, Iron Man is the only one kind of equivalent to Batman, who is a billionaire, who builds his own suits, who has all this kit, who has all the fancy gadgets, who kind of is a loner a little bit. I know he's got Gwynny, but I am both. But kind of a loner in a way. But Iron Man sucks. Iron Man would certainly be one of the people that annoys him,
and then he does go into his cave, and the loneliness is sort of driven home when he gets in the Batcave and he goes, "I'm home. I'm home.
Exactly.
I'm home." And it zooms out like 8 times.
It does. It zooms out 8 times, and it keeps zooming out until you have a massive bat symbol again from The Dark Knight, from Christopher Nolan's Batman's. But the Batcave then literally becomes it's like the collector's room. It's like every single suit, weapon, vehicle, everything that's ever been in Batman lore is in this one cave.
Yes.
The cave is so big, it's unbelievable. And a strange thing, Dave, which I saw at the end, which I didn't realise, and which I still don't kind of understand, the computer is played by Siri.
Yes.
What's going on there, man? Then the only ad, you notice that, Dave, the only real ad in the whole movie, obviously they got paid $1 billion by them, is iPhone. And they did not change it. They literally showed the word iPhone I mean, dude, I must have seen it 10 times.
Yeah,
taking pictures, picking
I
up
was
the
a
phone.
little disappointed because
I
I
was
was
too.
looking
It's the
for the
only-
joke.
Yeah, so was I.
I was looking for the joke
There was
on the
none.
iPhone logo. No, it was just product
No,
placement.
there was no joke. It was a proper product placement. Yeah,
Yeah.
It was the first time I've ever seen it properly. And that, I mean, I know you need money to get these things out there. You know, you're up against Marvel nonsense, 20 billion movies. But
Yeah.
fair enough. I leave it off for once. You know, kind of. Because it is Lego and it is children's, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we get into that room, and basically Batman going through on the line and getting ready to put it on. Basically, it's just like a Hugh Hefner outfit.
Yeah.
you know.
But with the mask still on.
Still has the cowl on. He just still has not taken that cowl off. You know, we know that Alfred is somewhere else in the building. Batman's coming home. He's going to have his dinner, lobster. You know, and like straight, which is really funny too, because kind of like the only food they can have is whatever food has been made by Lego.
Yes.
You know, because later on you see a move where they have green beans and they all have eggs, and eggs are used a lot in it as a weapon and as food. You know,
it was used early on in the film. I think when they were trying to turn on the bat signal to let Batman know about the plot.
You're so right.
Egghead had egged the bat signal,
yeah,
and the police
absolutely.
were like, "Oh my God, we're helpless. We can't do the bat signal."
Well, actually, that was it. You're so right. Because when the pilot was saying to him earlier, you know, Batman always defeats you. He always does everything. It's when they egg the bat signal, they finally go, "Oh my God, he has thought of everything." And it's always been that
everything is the one thing of just making sure
it's been
Batman
that
can't
easy,
get
like
up.
to thwart Batman this whole time. But yeah, we don't see. It's not. This isn't. He doesn't go through all the bat suits yet, Dave. Is it? Are we? It's,
I don't think so. Oh, it's dress up party is what I think he goes for now.
Oh yeah.
That's how he ends up in the Hugh Hefner thing, because he has a lot of different outfits, unless that comes later.
Yeah, exactly. I know he eats his dinner. He's on his own.
That is. I have it here. That is a little bit later.
I get you. Yeah, 'cause
firstly, he microwaves his lobster thermidor, and he's talking to Alfred,
Yes.
and he's looking longingly at the photo of his dead family.
Yes, Dave. Certainly. Yeah.
And that sort of plays into Alfred knows what the problem is. He knows what Batman's greatest fear is. Batman's greatest fear is losing people again.
Yes.
So he's pushing people away to make sure he doesn't lose people again. But there's a good running joke here where Alfred says, "I know what your greatest fear is, sir." And Bruce goes, "Snakes?"
Exactly. Snake
And
clowns.
Alfred goes, "No, is it clowns?"
Clowns?
And I think it's snake clowns.
Yes, yeah. Batman makes up again something, like trying to basically, deflect away from the reality of how his situation is.
Yeah, and there's another good joke here where Alfred tells him that his fear is losing his family, and Batman goes, no. He just kind of flips around like a Lego piece.
Yes, he does.
And he flips to the top of the stairs. He goes, no,
Exactly, Dave.
Batman.
He does exactly. He does no to the theme of the original Batman show.
Yeah,
certainly. And then when he goes and watches a movie for himself.
Yes.
Which is like really funny in the sense of that Batman is normal. It must be the most normal part he is, because like the rest of us, he's trying to remember, was it HDMI 1 I had or HDMI 2?
Yeah.
And for the most technologically advanced human on earth, even he can't get the blood. It's HDMI 1. I mean, we all do that. What do we put it through? Is that through is the Xbox through that one, or is that Sky? I don't know what's going on. Yeah. It was really good. And then the movies he likes are relationship movies,
rom-coms.
But
he doesn't react to them the way you should, because there's the scene from Jerry Maguire where Tom Cruise says to Renee Zellweger, "You complete me," and what Batman does is
exactly, Dave. So you got Batman the cartoon, Batman the Lego laughing at "You complete me," which also then is what Heath Ledger's Joker said to Batman in The Dark Knight, which also refers back to Jerry Maguire.
This is why I'm saying this is a deep soup of references and
absolutely,
comedy.
So like Jerry Maguire is at the heart of the Batman story. It's very, very weird. And I know I'm jumping ahead a little. It was just when you said that, it just hit me in the head. It was kind of like when Batman said, "Who's going to help me, fight?" And they say to him, they give him options. They say SEAL Team 6, Suicide Squad, but the one in the middle is Fox Force 5.
Yes.
Fox Force 5 is Uma Thurman's
failed pilot from Pulp Fiction.
Exactly, where she says that one joke. What does Mommy Tomato says to Baby Tomato? Ketchup. Actually, I haven't even that written down. It's just it burned into my head. But yes, Dave.
Yeah, and there's a moment here as well where Superman is we have the tuxedo dress-up party, which is just kind of a joke. And then we have Superman on television talking about having imprisoned Zod.
Yes.
And this sort of affects both Batman and the Joker, because Batman doesn't like Superman getting any press.
Yeah, certainly.
And he's talking about how great it was, having a greatest villain. Now he wouldn't be Superman without Zod.
Yeah.
And that really upsets the Joker.
It really does.
Because Batman is very dismissive of Batman's relationship with him.
Exactly. And it also sets up then the whole premise of the movie in the sense that, like you're right, Dave, Superman is basically introducing the Phantom Zone.
Yes.
So it's right now in this point of the film.
Yeah, which is our kind of MacGuffin for later, as you mentioned.
Exactly, and also in a strange way, it gives that there's a great parallel as well. The Joker saying Batman doesn't appreciate him, and then in a strange way, Joker's gang realize that the Joker doesn't appreciate them because Joker goes find a new gang in the Phantom Zone. But that's for a one time.
I have in the notes here that we have another Michael Jackson song. I did not write down what it was because obviously I thought I'd remember. But this is not the first Michael Jackson reference.
No, it's not the first Michael Jackson reference, Dave. There's been a good few Michael Jackson references throughout this whole thing.
Every single one made me be like, ooh.
Yeah. Does when Batman defeats all of them? Oh yeah, that was before he goes home. Does he take them to Arkham?
I don't remember. They end up in Arkham.
They do end up in Arkham.
I don't know, does he personally take them there?
Yeah.
I don't think he does. I think he just does his victory lap outside.
I think it's just his victory lap.
People tell them they love him. He goes to the orphanage and he goes home.
Oh yeah, it's after he goes to Arkham actually. As he goes visit, you see him going in there, because he put in there himself.
Yeah. And then the next scene we have,
and I would say even inside the Batcave, there must like you googled all the villains, right, and all of them are real. But some of the equipment, was it real or was it just a piss take? Like in the sense of the Bat sub, the Bat space shuttle. You know what I mean?
Would believe it.
Bat Zeppelin train kayak. I think that is just a running joke for us. Yeah. In the sense
combined between the old serials, the old Golden Age comics, and the Adam West TV series, I would not be surprised if all of those was real.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if there was actually a Bat space shuttle. Yeah, totally.
So then the next scene we have, which is the introduction of Barbara Gordon as the new police commissioner.
Straight up. Rosario Dawson.
Yes.
Yeah, really cool. Love Rosario Dawson.
And she's introduced by the mayor, who is randomly Mariah Carey.
No, I have that written here, Dave, and I couldn't get over it.
Yeah.
That was like probably the last thing I wrote down today was like, Mariah Carey's inside the movie. I mean, they really should have just had her belt out something about Christmas.
Yeah. All I want for Christmas is a new.
Exactly.
And also the orphans from the orphanage are here doing a choir. And this is where Dick Grayson sort of latches himself onto Bruce Wayne and keeps asking him questions.
Exactly. Because Bruce, this is the first moment as well we see Bruce. It's Commissioner Gordon's daughter. My brain has just collapsed for a moment. Yeah, this is the first person. Basically, when she walks onto stage, Bruce gets all love-eyed.
Yeah.
He can't concentrate on anything else. She's totally like drawing all of his attention. So when Dick Grayson is then saying to Batman, "What are the traits you like in a new son?" He's just telling him yes. He just keeps saying yes to him the whole time. And by the end of it, like, would you like to adopt me? Would you like to be would you like to be my father?
He's just like, sure, kid.
Yeah,
whatever you say, that's great.
100%.
I fully support your decision to do whatever it is you were talking about.
Exactly.
And one joke I really liked is that they do reference that Barbara Gordon went to Harvard for police.
Harvard for police is excellent. Yeah.
She was top of her class. She got A++++.
Yeah, that's really cool. It really, really is.
And we'll talk more about Barbara Gordon in a second after the news. So that was I Am the Man, in parentheses, Batman, from the Lego Batman film.
And just as you were saying there before we went to the break and news, Dave, Gordon comes out and she's kind of bringing a new look to Gotham and a new way of dealing with crime, and she wants a new way of going forward. But just when she's like announcing all that, behind her is a big screen which says good things about Batman, and like three of the good things about Batman was cool gadgets, loves punching, and excellent brooding.
And Barbara Gordon is a police commissioner who I have a particular affinity for anyone who tries to reform a department with the use of PowerPoint presentations.
Yeah, you're so right. I got a PowerPoint presentation. Actually, even Joker had a PowerPoint presentation in this as well, which he doesn't get to use because the thing from the deep just keeps going to him. Boring. Get on with it. The monster from the deep, or actually whatever it is.
This is when she sort of says that her new city, she wants to build a city that doesn't need Batman.
Exactly. And like the funny thing too is she's praising her dad. My dad's done such a great job, and all Commissioner Gordon keep going is, I press the button. I keep pressing that button.
I looked it up as well, and that voice actor for Jim Gordon was played by I think was it Hector Alonso or Alexander? I can't remember his name, but he is the lead doctor from St. Elsewhere.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Which we mentioned maybe the very, very first time we ever did anything, which is the hospital show you need to watch if you know anything about anything, which you don't at home. That's why you've got us telling you.
There's a great moment as well when after she says that she wants to build a city that doesn't need Batman, Bruce Wayne flags down a waiter, gets a glass, drinks half the glass, and then does a spit take.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He
a good 5 or 6 seconds delay.
Exactly. He drinks for dramatic effect, basically. Yeah.
And he leaves then to I think some villains start to come in, and he slips away to get changed into Batman to come back in.
Yes.
And Alfred is in the Batmobile reading a book called Dealing with Your Problem Child.
Exactly.
They reference that more later, but just that book made me laugh so much.
Yes.
And this is also the point where Batman references himself as a master builder. I made a note here for that.
Okay.
And then, the villains come in, and Joker's big plan is to, as you mentioned, surrender.
It's to surrender. It's to completely freak out Batman, like catch him out of left field, and the Joker surrenders. And not only is it a revelation to Batman and to everyone else, it's also a revelation to Joker's crew.
Yeah, because Joker then betrays and traps in like a big...
Yeah, well, first off, he says to them, you're all surrendering as well.
Yeah.
And they go, we're what now?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So they're all basically taken to Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
So, and then like I was saying to you earlier off air, Dave, when they're taken to Arkham Asylum, it's got that classic thing of going into a modern hospital where you have that like large metal sign that's just there in the middle of the corridor, which tells you all the departments of what's around. And one of the departments in Arkham Asylum, in this Arkham Asylum, is Arkham Sandwich Cafe, and they also have a basket weaving services. Yeah, so absolutely
it's
classic.
so good. And there's a moment here as well when after all the villains are taken away, the reporters go to Batman, and one of them asks him, "Oh, Batman, crime is done now. What will you do with the rest of your life?"
Yes, exactly.
And that question just plunges Batman into like an existential crisis.
Yeah, it totally crushes him, and like Joker is at this point winning.
Yes,
you know, he's doing the right thing.
He did 2 brilliant strokes. One of them was to put forward his plan to get the Phantom Zone projector, but the other one is basically to give Batman a sense of just hopelessness.
Yes,
because Batman's life is catching criminals, and in one fell swoop, Joker's removed all of the criminals and removed all of Batman's purpose.
Exactly, and Batman has no friends and has no family.
Yeah,
because he has no one to relate to because he's Batman.
Yeah, and there's a moment later when Batman is sort of monitoring the prison to try and see what Joker's up to, and Joker's just like doing yoga and meditating.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And they're saying Batman, he's spying on it. He's basically being a pervert. Yeah.
And Harley Quinn pulls up to try to subliminally influence Batman. She pulls up in a truck called Phantom's Own Laundry Service.
Yes, you're so right.
And she says, I'm here from the Phantom Zone. I'm here to get rid of all the things you don't want anymore.
Exactly. And she comes actually as the original
Harleen Quinzel.
Yeah, basically the doctor or the kind of scientist, nurse, doctor, pharmacist, whatever she was before she became Harley Quinn.
I think it was a criminal psychologist.
Yeah, we learned about her in the Justice League, don't we?
Yeah. She's one of the few characters in the film whose origin was in the Batman cartoon.
Exactly.
She was invented in that.
Yeah, fair point. And Harley Quinn as well, then it's one point in the movie, Dave is wearing a top with the word Smilex
written you mentioned this.
Exactly, which is the original Batman poison that Jack Nicholson tried to give out on the city during the Macy's Day Parade.
With the balloons and the Prince music.
With the balloons and the Prince music again, absolutely.
Batman goes home then and tries to basically search on his computer how to put Joker in the Phantom Zone.
Oh, yes.
And that's when he finds out that Alfred has put the Bat computer on parental lock.
Yeah. Like, Alfred basically has to try and take charge of this guy.
Yeah.
You know, this guy's falling apart. He's acting like an idiot. It doesn't matter how intelligent he is, he's being a child.
And the reason Alfred is locked the computer is that the orphan that Bruce Wayne accidentally adopted at the gala is running around upside in Wayne Manor. Apparently for an entire week.
Exactly.
Bruce Wayne never noticed.
No, and because the house is so bloody big anyway, he wouldn't notice anything.
So Alfred, while dusting the Bat computer, accidentally on purpose presses a button which like reveals the Bat pole.
Totally.
Which I think is an Adam West reference.
Oh, massive Adam West reference. And then Dick Grayson himself turns up in the Batcave.
Yeah. And as is the running joke in this film, Dick says, "Oh my God, Bruce Wayne is Batman's landlord."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just that hanging apostrophe.
He's landlord. He's exactly. Yeah, he's I can't even think of the word. It doesn't matter. Yeah, totally.
And we get another, as we had in Shazam, another Gandhi said that, where Batman is throwing his like life philosophy at Dick and is just trying to make it seem better by saying Gandhi said that. I'm not sure the specific reference. I have a couple of Batman life lessons he said here. One of them is life doesn't do seatbelts.
Yes.
Vigilantes don't have bedtimes. And number 3 is unlimited cookies.
Unlimited cookies, exactly. Yeah, that's one of the benefits.
Yeah.
Of being in the Batcave. Unlimited cookies, and Dick is really, really happy about that.
Yeah. He then wants to bring Dick on a mission to go to Superman's Fortress of Solitude to steal the Phantom Zone projector.
Exactly, and in a way he's using Dick because they basically realise that Batman himself can't fit in this small tube and he needs someone small, which is always a reference to tons of films down through the years.
And the Batcomputer even says, like Batman, too much muscles, too swole, too Adonic to fit in the vent.
That he's too perfect to do this mission.
Yeah, and then Robin says that he doesn't want to go without his dad Bruce Wayne's permission, and that's when Batman says, "Oh, Bruce Wayne and I have co-adopted you."
Yeah. He's got two dads.
Like, "Oh my God, I've had no dads, and then I had one dad, and now I have 2 dads. One of my dads is Batman."
Yeah. It's classic. It's really good.
It's great.
And even Dick himself is wearing a jumper with a little line of robins across it.
Yeah.
For future reference, what he's about to come.
Yeah. So they go to the Fortress of Solitude, and I think that is when
that's great.
Dick decides to call himself Robin.
Yeah.
And the suit he puts on was originally a reggae Batman.
Exactly, you're so right.
I don't know what that was a reference to, but it had a yellow sparkly cape and it had the oar for reggae.
It had the oar for reggae. Yeah,
but
I think Dave that wasn't a reference to nothing. I think that's just a new joke in the sense of, and it's
hard to tell.
It's so hard to tell. It really is with how wacky this show has been throughout the centuries. You hear me? Throughout the decades. But I think it could be a new joke, just in the sense of the idea that Robin's colours really did look Rastafarian all this time, and they just mentioned it. And maybe Dave. Did we see a dose of the suits there?
Yes. I think that was the second references
to the suits. Maybe that's the second references to the suits. And some of the suits we had were the white bat.
Yes.
Which seemed to be his snow camo kind of bat. Prom date bat. Yeah, prom date bat's good. Electric bat I didn't really understand. I like Tears of a Bat.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, there was one there called Tears of a Bat, which is a reference to Tears of a Clown, which obviously is the Joker, and it's a Smokey Robinson song, actually. Now that I remember off the top of my head.
Deep references.
A deep reference. You had Bat by Gaslight, which is that graphic novel Gotham by Gaslight, which was just one issue. Well, I don't even think it was a graphic novel itself. I actually think it was just one issue of the comic had gone on. You had a thing called Krampus Bat. And Krampus is
the German anti-Santa Claus.
Well, absolutely, mate. You're on the body. Yeah, absolutely. The one that basically comes to all the naughty children.
Yeah, and steals them.
Exactly.
Also, by the way, a great film, Krampus. I would love to do.
It is great. Yeah, it really is. You're absolutely right. I love then when we got into kind of the 70s movies, because I was saying to you off air as well that just in the street scenes I had noticed, and I paused it, that there was an ad. I mean, obviously we got the ads for early on. We actually forgot to say it completely, Dave. Was a second fifth the basically 2 Shades of Grey, and that's a reference to 50 Shades of Grey. The second movie of 50 Shades of Grey, I have no idea what it was called.
Right.
Maybe some more Shades of Grey. Who the hell knows? That was released the exact same time as the Batman movie.
Oh wow!
They were both due to be released, so that's why they put that reference in, and they just called it second 50 Shades movie. Yeah, you know what I mean? So they didn't even bother.
If you could have a chart for how wholesome 2 films are, this is super wholesome, and that is not at all wholesome.
Because exactly, you're so right. And then just as another aside, there was, like I was saying, because it's going to join up the suits. One of the suits was Raging Bat, which it actually had boxing gloves, reference to
Raging Bull.
Exactly, Raging Bull, Robert De Niro's movie. And then the other one from the 70s was Ninjago Town. So it's the Lego Ninjago series of Lego, joined with the word town, which makes up Chinatown the movie. And Chinatown the movie is a famous kind of modern film noir from 1974 starring Jack Nicholson. So this movie is just
this film is,
rings and rings, you know what I mean? Basically,
this film is playing 7 degrees
Dante's
of separation.
Inferno isn't as deep as this movie.
This film is playing 6 degrees of separation with itself.
Yes, a fact. And then you actually they love it. They love those 50s and 60s references, because you had the Batpack, which is a reference to him being part of the Rat Pack, and then
which is also the production studio of the film.
Now you're brilliant, Dave. I didn't even think of that. And then Whiz-Bat. Does that mean anything to you, Dave? No, it means nothing to me either. Like Wizard Bat.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised either. I really wouldn't. It meant nothing to me. But so
once Condiment King is a real villain, all rules are off.
Yeah, Condiment King though is from, I think, Batman video game.
I know that he was definitely in an episode of the cartoon.
We don't Google here, people. We
yeah,
either bloody know it or we don't.
Yeah, he was in an episode of the cartoon, and
Okay.
he was a joke within the show because it was a guy who made fun of the Joker in his stand-up routine.
Okay.
And the Joker hypnotizes him to be what he thinks is the dumbest villain.
Okay, that's perfect. I understand you, Dave. Yeah.
So he is a joke within himself.
Yeah, yeah. And of course, then when actually another lovely little reference, because it's one of my favorite Batman movies of all time, Batman the movie, which is the original Batman movie from the 60s.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Exactly.
I haven't
As
seen
in,
that.
like, that is the Batman movie. You have to see that, because literally that movie is referenced so much in this film, it's ridiculous, even for the shark repellent. I mean, that's what starts it all off.
Oh, the shark
Yeah, so
repellent.
Dick actually comes across the shark repellent and Batman's going, that's useless.
Yeah.
I'm going near it. And that's a reference, people at home, to Batman the movie. Batman the movie is the original one.
Yeah.
So it's the original TV show, the camp one from the 60s, and they made a movie out of it. And in that film, also another magnificent scene, because you see all the bombs. Batman gathers all the bombs from the Joker and
Yes.
stores them in a massive bomb place.
Yeah.
And it's those type of bombs, your classic bomb that has bomb
the
written
black
on it.
ball with the
Exactly. So there's a
fuse
scene
sticking
in the Batman the 60s movie where Batman is literally running around with one of those bombs, and up and down, it's up and down a dock,
Yeah,
or like a
no
marina
matter where
area.
he goes, there's like nuns, there's like a brass
That's it.
band
Yeah,
walking,
yeah,
there's
yeah,
a
straight
woman.
up. And he literally turns to a camera. He breaks the third wall. He pulls a Deadpool before Deadpool even existed,
Yeah.
and just looks at us and goes, "Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb." It's absolutely magnificent. But the shark repellent is literally one of the worst special effects, which is one of the best special effects ever.
Yeah.
Batman's hanging off a helicopter. For some reason, they dip his feet into the water, and a shark just grabs onto him. And even in the film, you can hear Batman punching it, and it sounds plastic and rubbery.
Yeah.
But his shark repellent doesn't
He
work.
uses the shark repellent to get the shark off of him, which then for some reason explodes.
Explodes, yeah,
But
absolutely.
that was actually, James, I think the second reference to shark repellent, because I remember watching the original Adam West cartoon because it used to air Saturday mornings
Used to.
on Scratch Saturday.
Yeah.
And there was an episode where Batman and the Joker compete in a surfing competition.
Yeah.
And the Joker surfs better than Batman.
Yeah, you're so right.
But because Batman uses shark repellent to fend
Yeah.
off a shark, the
Yeah.
judges gave him bonus points, which at the time I felt bad for the Joker because he did surf better.
I get you. And that's what it comes from as well, that whole cultural reference. It comes from two places. Jumping the shark
Yeah.
is literally, well, actually where it really, really comes from is the Fonz actually jumps a shark on a surfboard.
Yeah.
But it also has that Batman reference about the sharks.
Yeah, so as they're going through the Batcave, every time Dick goes to go on the Batmobile or the Batwinger, the Batman's like, don't touch that, don't touch that. And then when he gets to the Bat Shark repellent, he's like, oh, actually, yeah, you can probably go nuts on this.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was thinking when I made this.
Exactly.
So we're going to get back to the Fortress of Solitude raid after this.
Oh, yes.
James, we're going to have to go to your barbershop later in Killarney.
yeah, absolutely. My God, me and my quartet.
Yeah, for anyone who's wondering, because I cut the ads in the YouTube upload, there's just a thing there about James's barbershop in Killarney.
Cool.
So
Yes.
we're raiding the Fortress of Solitude.
Yes, my friend.
And you mentioned that the doorbell is
The
another
doorbell
reference.
Yeah, the doorbell is the original Superman theme tune by John Williams. So yeah, that's just a nice little head touch, you know. And then Superman opens the Fortress of Solitude, and Superman is actually holding the 57th anniversary of the Justice League.
Yeah.
And then I really had to look this up at home, people. It's actually a reference to, at that moment in time when Batman the Lego movie came out, it was 57 years ago that the Justice League turned up in the Batman comic.
Oh.
So that's why he's having a 57th anniversary. Granted,
Right.
as well, in Lego and in cartoon lore, having a random number is just funny.
Yes.
Not having your 25th or 50th or proper anniversaries, having just that little,
Yeah.
left of field one. is always funny.
27th, 41st,
Totally,
yeah.
Dave. But it really is an actual reference if you're a complete freak.
Yeah,
you know,
and
to
you
the
see
window.
there that there is more DC superheroes here than
my
I
God.
could recognize.
Same
Like,
here.
I looked up the
I
Rogues
agree,
Gallery.
Dave.
I did not look up these heroes. I saw the Wonder
Yeah.
Twins from the Super Friends.
Yeah, you're 100%.
I think one of them can turn into an animal, and one of them can
Yeah.
turn into a particular form of
no,
water.
you're right, Dave. I must say, because there is so many collective shots of just every character that's ever existed.
Yeah.
Actually this one as well I left because I kind of knew what they all were anyway. They're all
Yeah.
kind of good guys that we kind of knew, as opposed to your list, which is really good because we really didn't know all the bad guys.
Yeah. This is definitely a film that promotes the use of the pause button.
Oh my God,
Like,
yeah.
very,
Yeah,
very
yeah,
much.
Yeah, I'm rewatching without a shadow of a doubt.
It's like it's the logical extreme of blinking,
Yeah.
you'll miss it. It's
So,
like
so Batman's turning up for Superman basically to get this ray gun.
Yeah.
Because his plan, like he's telling him, is I'm going to put literally all of the worst villains ever into the Phantom Zone.
yeah, and
You
the
know?
joke as well is that when Batman shows up with Robin, he says, "Oh, Batman uses this place to brood and
yes,
enroll in his loneliness and just like think
Yeah.
about his dead planet and all that." He and I are not alike, but we have that in common. And then obviously Superman's throwing a party that Batman was not invited to.
Yeah, not invited. And then like, oh, no, of course you weren't invited to it. We've been waiting for you to turn up all along. And then poor Batman is so awkward. He's just socially disastrous.
Yeah.
You know, he's kind of standing in the corner on his own. He's not really interacting with anyone. He's still just having come to terms with his own issues, you know?
Yeah, and he's telling Dick that he'll have to find a way to flip away from the party without anybody noticing, and nobody cares that he's there.
No,
nobody
they
cares.
don't. They actually care more about poor old Dick. You know what I mean? Without a shadow of a doubt.
So Dick then decides to call himself a Robin.
Oh, yeah, yes.
He doesn't really explain it. And,
No, he doesn't, Jeff.
Batman is like, what, the small, non-threatening songbird?
yes, you're so right. Yeah. Actually, it's there. Actually, Dave, you think you're actually right. It's actually there. I was wrong. It's there. Then actually, there's just quick shot of his jumper, which has a row of robins on it.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. Totally.
And then Dick does successfully extract the Phantom Zone projector from the thing, with Batman coaching him over the radio, like, do a front flip, do a back flip.
Yeah. You're so right. Yeah. Batman walks it through, and even then, Batman can't really say that anyone else is better than him. He basically says, "You're so good at taking orders."
Yeah,
taking
you're great.
instructions.
And then after he gets the Phantom Zone projector, Batman says, "Okay, do everything you just did, but in reverse." And then we hard cut to Dick falling out of the vent on fire.
Yeah.
And Batman goes, "That was fun."
That was fun. And Batman after doing nothing.
Yeah.
Only standing there and taking it.
And he's like, he even says, "I'm feeling a strange feeling. It's like an emotion where I'm happy, but like about another person." And Siri goes, "Sir, that's known as pride."
Yeah. Really good. It's really good. And the fact that Siri is really weird. You know?
Yeah.
Do we go back then to the to Arkham?
Then we go to Arkham.
Yeah, exactly. We go to Arkham and we basically see Arkham as just basically another smorgasbord of every villain that's ever been, all in little boxes together.
Yeah. And the Batman mentions how you have to keep to the shadows and let the colours of your costume blend in with the natural darkness. And Robin is there in his yellow, golden, sparkly cape.
I mean, an actual sparkly cape. Yeah. We couldn't blend in with anything, you know, bar sherbet or something. You know, in fairness. Yeah. Or rock, what's it called? Cracking rocks. Yeah, it won't come to me.
Okay, I don't get that reference.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I've gone too far.
Barbara intercepts them. And, she says to Batman, "Oh, are you finally here to work together like a team?"
Exactly.
Like we talked about. And Batman lies and says yes.
Yeah. And of course he's not going to. Not yet, anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole arc that we're getting towards. You know?
And we get to kind of I don't know, is this a reference to the Matrix? But they get to like a metal detector.
Yeah.
In.
It's also, you're so right. You're on about taking off. It's also, though, Dave, I think it's actually a really good piss take of the utility belt.
Yes,
if you know what I mean.
Because
down through the years, Dave, there've been so much stuff in that utility belt that they're just kind of really going for it. And actually, just another tiny one. He actually takes out. I just remember now. I don't even written down the Ninja Goo. Ninja Goo have these kind of green, kind of like little mini samurai swords.
Oh, I saw that. I was wondering.
Exactly. That's what they are.
I was wondering what that was.
Totally, dude. Yeah. Batman has a pair of them, and he takes them.
Yeah, he takes them out. Batarangs. He had, I think it was a dolphin wearing a cowboy hat.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, exactly. Because later on, you have the Orca, where the Orca goes, "Orca, what can you do?" "I'm just a whip." You know, what do you think I am?
Yeah.
But yeah, he takes out all his stuff, and then basically he's going to go get rid of the Joker.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
then it's revealed that Robin has the Phantom Zone projector, and that the plan was to let Robin slip through while they take all the weapons.
And like,
from
of course, in classic Lego, Robin hiding it, it's just a huge thing underneath his little cape that everyone can see. Maybe.
And then we have a great scene where they have a fight scene with the security guards through the X-ray scanner, so everybody looks like skeletons.
Oh yeah, absolutely, a great reference to Total Recall.
Yes, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, just hit me there now.
I couldn't remember what was that.
Literally, just you described it, just hit me because I was thinking the same thing. I was going, "What's that?" That movie.
It continues the theme of Batman lying to Robin, where he says, "These guys are my buds. This is all just a trick. So you can fight with them. They'll take it." Yeah. And like Robin with his acrobatic skills, like beating the crap out of all these security
he's
guards.
amazing.
Hi, friend. Nice to meet you.
Exactly. And actually, just as we go back, just as you said again, it being a Lego movie, there is no blood. Even like just later on, Joker says, "Loads of blood." You mean lava? And even a simple thing you've seen already, would say, listeners at home, is when Joker takes over the plane and they do actually fire one of the pilots out the back, he has a parachute immediately.
Yes.
So no one really dies ever in a Lego movie, you know, which is reasonable.
There's still good tension in this film, even though we know there's no danger.
Oh no, not at all. I know, because the tension is in the tension of Batman's character himself.
That's the thing I like. It's a slight tangent, but the thing I like about films is that if you establish the rules of a film inside of a film, then we understand where it's going. You know what you can do within the rules.
Exactly. No more than we said at the start, Dave.
Yeah.
As in, like, we established that this is every Batman that's ever existed and every Joker that existed. So if it is, then what?
Yeah. That's great. And then, so obviously Batman fights his way through Arkham and he gets to the Joker's cell.
Exactly. Yeah.
Where the Joker Bruce doing yoga, and he says namaste to Robin, which I've learned is what you say at the end of yoga classes.
Exactly.
And Robin says namaste back because obviously this Robin is into yoga.
He's into yoga, and this Robin is just so sweet and polite.
Yeah.
He's so happy to be there.
Yeah.
You know, he's just delighted to be alive. You know, and so then Batman does fire him into the Phantom Zone.
Yeah.
Which does the Joker say as he's leaving, Dave, thank you, or he says, "Oh, well done, Batman," or something.
Oh, I don't remember.
I can't really remember, but he's delighted anyway because that's literally his master plan.
He fell.
Yeah.
Batman fell for the whole
Is this
plan.
then when Batman is in prison himself?
Yeah, because he propped the Joker's cage open with his Batarang, and then after he zaps the Joker away, the cell's locked down and it like closes on the Batarang, and him and Robin are trapped in different cells.
Exactly.
And this might be the line that we have to end today's episode on, but it's when Barbara expresses her disappointment in Batman that he lied to her and he broke the Joker out. And he's sort of continuing the cycle of violence. And what she says to him is, "You can't be a hero if you only care about yourself."
Yeah, excellent, Dave. Yeah, absolutely. And that's good. That's a good point, Dave, without a shadow of a doubt, because it's from this point on, he's going to have to start to realise that he needs a posse or a team.
Yeah, he does. So we're going to leave you today with the ending credits of the film, which is another lovely film sung by Will Arnett.
Yes.
We'll see you tomorrow for Lego Batman Part 2, provided we can swap all the time slots with the other hosts. So we're leaving you today. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Good luck.